Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one for you this morning. XRP price breakout. It's been on the move since last night, and it may stay on the move. We're going to talk about it. And by the way, we're up over 16% on the 24-hour, if you were curious. Look at some of these headlines this morning. Inflation is coming, and if you don't know what that means, we're going to let you know what it means before you leave today. U.S. Bank joins a fintech company. Charles Hoskinson from ADA Cardano and Mark Cuban go round and round about use case for crypto, and it's a very good conversation. And U.S. lawmakers and regulators meet with a top exchange about a potential regulatory sandbox. XRP price breakout, as I said before, we're going to discuss it. Is it over? Is it done? Or are we going even higher? Let's roll that beautiful intro and find out.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. $2.3 trillion cryptocurrency market cap, and that tells me that there's still some more money to pour into this space because we've been as high as 2.5 trillion plus. So there is more money out here to come into market, as well as new money, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. Right now, Bitcoin looking under just 50,000 right here at 49,468. It's down 14.75% on the 7-day. It's up 1.81% on the 24-hour. Ethereum now just below 4,000 at 3,800 plus, and it is off by 0.84 on the 24-hour and a little more than 2% on the 7-day. Let's go on and look at Cardano really quickly. We got some Cardano news this morning, hitting a new all-time high. Cardano is at $2.39, and it's up 10.69 on the 24-hour and 38.13 on the 7-day. Now let's take a look at Dogecoin really quickly at 53 cents this morning. It's up 3.81% and down 6.78% for a meme coin. That's where it is at this day. All right, now XRP coming into number 7 spot, courtesy of the dereliction duty of the SEC and intimidation tactics. Let's see what we got here. 157 is where we're sitting. I saw us at 160 just a short time ago. We were up 16.41% on the 24-hour, and I just got to jot that down. That is a remarkable number. And I wish I'd wrote it down when it was at 160, but nevertheless, we are moving, and that is in the right direction. We're still off 2.29% on the 7-day, how quickly things can turn around. Let's look at the range on the price right now. That's very important. 160 to 134 is where we're ranging. We want to see that lower part of that range certainly get up a little higher, but that doesn't mean that it's not on its way there now. And that's the thing we need to pay attention to. We're going to hear from some of the technical experts and take a look at what they're saying from as recently as just about an hour ago, or maybe even sooner than that. But we're going to look at what they have to say, and I think it will be really, really good for all of us to hear it. Let's get started, because here's a catalyst that's going to bring what I believe is to be new money into this space. And by the way, none of what I say or anybody we cover here is financial advice, but this here is Jeremy Siegel from Wharton, and he's on obviously CNBC here talking about inflation could be 20% in the next 3 years or more. But listen to this quick little clip here that he says.
Jay Powell was the most dovish Fed chairman that I've ever seen, not acting against what is very obviously inflation, and then we're going to have a lot more.
And there you go. I don't want to play the whole clip because you get it, but he does call, as well as other people have called, that we could see 20% inflation move in very quickly. And what does that mean? Quite simply, it means that the dollar is worth less. When the inflation goes up, the dollar is worth less. It takes more dollars to buy the same product, good, or service. So if you had that money in a savings account and massive inflation happens to that, or even if it's slow over time and it stays in that savings account, you end up losing money for it being in that savings account because you can't outpace the inflation, right? And what does that mean ultimately in the macro? Well, in my perspective, I believe that it means a lot of new money is going to be looking for places to put their money, and I believe they will be looking to something like cryptos for that placement. we will keep an eye on it. Now, here we go here. This doesn't get any greener, does it? Even dangerous, it says, from Bond Crypt XRP, a Hall of Famer. Companies are setting up a shipping containers where the racks containing hundreds of computers mine cryptocurrency fueled by natural gas from oil wells that otherwise would be burned in the open. Oh my, this is not good. This is not good, ladies and gentlemen, right? I mean, we don't want to see that. I mean, that's, to me, it just points to we need some regulation. This is, I mean, that is elements of the wild, wild west, the early days of the internet and the early days of crypto. Not a solution make right there. So that to me, regulators see that, government officials see that, and I think that's how you get that saying where they say things move slowly until they move very fast. Hooking things to natural gas and oil wells for energy use is no, that is like some backyard hillbilly stuff right there. It's like that ain't gonna work. You know, regulator gonna come in and shut that down. Just you wait and see. I'm no guru, but I'm pretty sure that's the answer on that one. Now, looking here from Michael Val 5 links, Mark Cuban gets schooled by Hoskinson, who does lay it down for him. He basically asked on Twitter, you know, a lot of fans were telling Mark to check out Cardano, and he was simply asking, well, what use case does it have? What would I use it for, or how could I use it? And basically, Charles Hoskinson invited him out to the Colorado ranch, and Mark Cuban shot that down. And then he said, look, it was really just a friendly invite, but if you want me to pitch you ADA over Twitter, okay, here we go. We have 5 million students in Ethiopia, thousands of assets issued on Cardano, a nice decentralized app ecosystem brewing for smart contract launch, a new VC model with Catalyst, huge community. And that's the short version. If you get down in here, what he actually starts talking about is that how, in terms of smart contracts, they rebuilt the entire smart contract model. One, because he said it's not secure, and you can see that billions of dollars of customer funds have been lost because of insecure, hacked apps. Two, it's not sustainable. Cost predictability, high gas fees the applications have. Is it sustainable to have an application where the transaction fee costs more than the amount of value being moved? I have experienced this myself. I'm telling you, it is very disheartening to think that the new internet of value is higher gas and transaction fees than the actual amount of money and value you're actually moving. That is another non-solution. And he's basically saying to Mark Cuban, we have solved that issue, and that really puts the gun sights on Ethereum's protocol and the smart contract model they have. Listen, you couple ADA and Cardano, what they're doing, Flare Networks, what they're doing, you couple in, you know, Codius on the XRP ledger. I mean, it does seem like not too long from now, Ethereum is enjoying some very nice volume and price action, and they've broken 4,000 just below right now. But I have to say, you know, if you're not looking at these things and seeing that there is potential trouble ahead for Ethereum, I don't know what else to tell you or share with you other than everyone's got to make up their own mind, right? Here's more good news about relationships with banks and fintech. We remind you, banks are not innovators, right? U.S. Bank, in fact, the 5th largest bank in the United States, has joined with fintech company Plaid in an open finance partnership. Just very quickly here, I do want to show you this, which they say they did it together with Plaid is a huge step forward in open finance, especially our shared customers. The executive president, chief digital officer of platforms capability at U.S. Bank. The overall digital financial ecosystem is stronger when credentials are eliminated and replaced by secure APIs. For its part, Plaid committed an API-based ecosystem and customer-focused vision we share with U.S. Bank helped us collectively reach this milestone quickly. It is a true partnership, said Ginger Baker, the head of finance access at Plaid. Plaid announced last month that it had raised $425 million. The company said that puts its valuation at $13.4 billion. This is its first funding since the $5.3 billion sale to Visa was blocked. Wow. Our market is seeing a sea change. Listen to this, with consumers that we never thought would be embracing digital finance, engaging with it in a big way, said the co-founder of Plaid and CEO. All right, that is wonderful stuff right there. Now, let's move on to this, because this is a reminder that this past week, Brian Armstrong spent the most of the week in Washington, D.C., meeting with Congress and heads of various federal agencies. I'm not going to go back through this again. I covered it yesterday, but the reality is while all of these other things are happening, with the threat of inflation moving in very quickly, with the understanding that, legacy firm banks and traditional banks are now partnering with fintech companies, as we just showed you, this kind of merging together cannot be organic forever. It has to be addressed by Congress. It has to be addressed by federal agencies, most importantly, market regulators and prudential regulators, right? And I think that's what we're seeing here. This conversation here really does set the tone for the idea that we could see what we saw in the early days of the internet. And this is what I really do hope for, which is some kind of an act or initiative passed, whether it's a Token Taxonomy Act or something that would allow us to have some kind of framework that allows innovation to grow and to thrive and not stifle the innovation. And that's exactly what we had in 1997 with the Electronic Commerce Initiative. And that is what we need today. Some kind of regulatory sandbox to give these startups, these people, the companies investing in this, the VCs, the protection to understand that they can put the money there and go to work. And as a retail investor, we can do the same. So here we see some information very quickly on Dogecoin before we talk about that XRP price breakout. We see here Dogecoin lead developer Bruce Fenton said Elon has not contacted Doge team yet. Elon a few days ago claimed that he was working with Dogecoin developers to improve the system transaction efficiency, and that has not actually happened as of yet. So you might want to keep your ear to the ground on that one. Now let's talk about this, because XRP to BTC several hours ago closed well above the resistance line. Get ready for liftoff, and that's exactly what we've had since overnight. Again, up over 16% right now on the 24-hour, I believe it was. And in fact, I just want to look at that one more time. Let's see that, because I think it was, 15.8 was over 16% just a few moments ago. So let's take a look here now, and we see that we had that price action, and it's been moving. It might be taking a breath. Is it finished? We don't know. But XRP price rises 17%, which is what we totally had at 160, right? So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But let's take a look here at what we're seeing from the chart people, analysts, experts who do a great job. XRP patience, shout out to you. XRP to BTC closed well above the resistance line. Get ready for liftoff again. And then here we go right here. I want you to look at XRP King Shaco 4. I want you to see what he says here. This really is, the reason I'm showing you this is because this person is finding a scenario where it lines up very much with what we've heard from Dark Defender, who has been incredible calling support and resistance and future price targets. So we're going to listen to what he says real here, and then we're going to actually hear from Dark Defender from moments ago.
So I see a lot of people
let me bring it here.
Bitcoin will go on another run. Consolidation. Same thing with XRP. Consolidation after $10. And then boom. Bitcoin will go on another run. Let's say around this. Like 120K. Let's say around this price level. And if it reaches around this or around that, we may see another alt season. That's the last trigger. Same thing would happen in 2017. 2 alt seasons, but in a bigger scale. So it just will look like that. And eventually, we could see that bear market right there, and then boom, something like that. Which is possible, folks. This is very possible. But if it's a 2013 bull run, it's probably going to touch 10. It's going to do that. But that doesn't look right. I don't know. Something in my stomach doesn't feel right if it goes like that. If it's going to move up with another shot And then the bear market may maybe in, I don't know.
So there he has it. And I just wanted you to see that, but he was calling for 10, 13, maybe 15 bucks, depends how hard it pushed. And then it could make another consolidation move sideways like we see a lot with XRP, and then jump again on a boost up to $100 or $100+. This lines up very much with Dark Defender and what he has been telling us for long-term targets. Let's take a look here. Dark Defender said just a few moments ago at 6:25, about an hour ago, hello there, XRP is on her way and still in the boundaries we discussed earlier. So you have to remember that. We see price fluctuation up, price fluctuation down. The good news, it's still within the boundaries of what we've been watching. So below is an update to the chart that I've shared in previous month. Please take your coffee. This is important. Just come close and have a look. My expectations are the same. Enjoy your beautiful day, and you too, Dark Defender. We appreciate you very much. Now here we see, as you can see, the May pattern. First, we experienced a drop where I warned you that we could possibly see one of the historical data, which is exactly happening, 39% drop. And he shows you that, right? And here you see 72, 28, 76. You can see all those points that he's pointing out here, right? So looking here on number one, if we could go here on April 21st, April 18th and 2021, April 18th, 2021, 1 month ago, I made an analyze monthly patterns and told you the drawbacks are normal and they are repadding or repatterning the historical patterns, right? Or replicating, So he says here, I expect the same pattern to continue this month. Therefore, we at least need to see all-time high this month. So basically, target all-time high and then 1333 are the targets as he's calling in the near term. And on the longer target price targets, Dark Defenders called for 120, and then recently revised version of that, $150 XRP by Q3 of this year. That would be remarkable. A new all-time high would be remarkable, right? So this is extremely exciting. We do have the price action. We will have to keep an eye on the fact whether we see rollover or consolidation. But the point is, XRP is on the move, and it feels good to see it on the move. And I know that you guys are happy because I am too. I love seeing the price pick up off the floor and get out there for a stroll. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Share with somebody you know. Keep your head on a swivel. This is crypto. You never know. And make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. I Trust Capital is the best crypto, gold, silver IRA on the planet. If you haven't checked them out, check the link in the description. They are amazing. And I will catch all of you on the next one.